Hi, welcome everyone to Late Night Crypto Charts with the Road Dog,
Thank you very much.
where I have to do things twice because I forget to turn on the microphone. So, the stream has probably got cut to this point, and you're just out tuning in, and these are all the cool people who decided to hang out with me and very patient with me when I have no microphone. It's on now, right? Twice tonight I've done this. I can hear you now. Sam says, let's go. LMFA. Laughing my ass off. Well, man, you guys got to have a great sense of humor and patience to have to deal with that. Chili's. We were looking at Chili's. Let's start this stream all over. Bitcoin boring as usual. We have decided that it is in a channel, bouncing off like a ping pong ball, and it could come down to 48,540, or I don't know, if it gets real kind of bitchy, it can come down to 44,166. Yeah. But more than likely, it'll bounce off of this 48,500, 48,600, this yellow line, which is a Fibonacci area. And we'll go from there. I did try a little experiment putting a vertical line on both of those just to see what dates that they are, if there's any kind of correlation. I was just, wow, talking about all kinds of stuff there. So, I don't know, just playing around. WD Gann had a little system that tied price and time together, and he could actually nail them both, tell you what day that a certain price would be hit. And sadly, he took those secrets to the grave, but he proved over and over repeatedly how effective he was at that. And some of his techniques are out there, but I think his real secrets are, I think they're gone. So Chili's is what we just got through looking at. I'm just going to back up to it. Chili's in the short. Just to sum it up, man, Chili's is a nice rounded bottom. We like rounded bottoms because, you know, they work out pretty good. And rather than rehash all the rigmarole, we're looking to get a pullback. If there is a pullback for Chili's, a good place to try to get into it is somewhere around this area, about 11 cents. It may not even come back there. It may not. She may be off to the races. She is at 12.5 cents right now. Let's see if that may be true. Let's take us a little trend line right here. Boom. You just broke out of that one. Flip the script. Boom. We're not out of that one yet, but it's angling up. We're getting some parabolic activity here. And what I was talking about is that we could be on a 5-stage parabolic run. I don't have the graphic to show them that, but it does have 5 different stages with a blow up top. We've seen things get started like this before, but they usually peter out by about the 3rd or by the 4th wave to the upside. So can that happen? I don't know. We just have to take it step by step, but right there's one of them. Right here's another one. And I'm seeing us working on a 3rd step right now with the possibility of 2 more afterward. Unless you want to count this little booger. I went to run it to a 3th, coming up on a 4th. A 4th? I don't know. It gets a little subjective here at this territory, but we want to see a blow off top. And we got a target up here, 618 Fibonacci, 20 cents, and I believe it can go right up there. But, you know, I pulled fibs for long-term targets, and then I've got this little juicy moon target up here that I was explaining in my Fibonacci strategy, and sorry you guys missed all that. That was way cool. But I got it called Told Ya. It's at 36 cents, and I don't know. Anyway, you had to be there, I guess. My apologies. Jasmine. Hey, she's almost up there too. Almost there. I got targets up here, baby. I'm still waiting. My targets are at 13 or 0.0137. And she's on her way. That's a measure move. I guess it was. Yeah. Let's tighten up her. I don't know when I last look at this. Let's tighten up our measure moves and everything. Okay, that's fair enough. Fair enough. I mean, we could just get real anal about it. But just put, yeah, still same area. We're good. So measure move out of this breakout of the 236 Fibonacci area by our Fibonacci strategy. I've noticed that I'm starting to use Fibonacci's more right now. It's weird. You'll see me kind of venture, I guess, whatever's working and making sense at the moment, you know. I basically use moving averages, which, do I have them on? Okay. Fibonacci and pattern, the shapes, channels and things like that. Just break down the basic shapes. Basically all you have is rectangles and triangles and circles. Well, this is the circle. This is the rounded shape. This that the butt cheek. Oh look, could be two butt cheeks if they're a little wonky. But anyway, we got to break out to Jasmine, so still looking for some more upside there. We've had a little trade set up there. I want to move it out of the way. So definitely not the time to buy, but this is time to, you could be taking a little bit of profit on Jasmine. Look on the 4 hour, see how she's doing. She's right above the 9 moving average, which is, when you're riding a 9, everything's fine. She's so far above it that now she's getting scary. Because at some point she's going to have to come down and break it. But she always does. Always does. Every time on it. Every time. Come down to the smaller time frames and you can see where she's starting to struggle on the 1 hour with it. But she's doing all right. Doing all right. This is probably a good one to track for that 9 moving average, actually. To see when this trend starts getting really tired. She starts dropping to the 21, you know, huh? But right now the 1 hour says, according to Market Cipher, baby, I'm ready to rock and roll. I'm going to rock your world right now. So she looks like she's headed up to 1.37 cents maybe now. I don't know. She's looking a little frisky, she is. How's you looking over here? Over here. I cannot recommend to get in this because this would be buying high to sell higher. And that's very risky, but it, you know, it's just not good. You should already be in. You should have been in when we talked about it before. Like, where was it? Well, I have no clearly defined places where I talked about it. Usually I've got a triangle, I've got a breakout or something somewhere. Oh well. AIOZ. Well, this little guy on Coinbase moving up here to our target at 24 cents, headed that way. I gotta zoom out on this little guy. Let's go to the 3-day chart. Oh, there we go. I see that a little bit better. Just going to do a little refresher here. Nice retest right there's an example of a retest of that area. See, but now it didn't have to come all the way down to touch it though. And nice moves. So 24 cents is like our 618 Fibonacci area. It looks like it could have a strong move and might even blast up above it. So we need to put like 30 cents also on our radar there. Maybe as a secondary target. Because 24 is getting ready to get hit. And if this can play out, let's get rid of that fib. We'll pull a Fibonacci from swing high to swing low. And she got a bounce here off the 0.5 area here. Right there. How about I got 2 fibs up? What's going on here? Oh, I don't. Okay. So we take a measured move, and it's kind of playing with this pattern here. If it's like a bull flag, top to bottom, and then we put it, actually Thomas Bukowski recommends we put that for a bull flag at the bottom to get our target, and that also gives us confluence with the area that we had there at 30 cents. So I do believe that you might actually be more likely to hit that 30-cent target after it gets over 24 cents there. Go AIOZ. Because Hughes was down here at 2 cents. I remember this little bag getting in at these juicy areas. I mean, it sucked if you got in at 3 cents and watch it come down to half of that. You'd watch your bag drop 50%. No fun. No fun. DCAing through here or buying whatever drops and things. But look where you are now. Look where you are now. Look where you are now. AIOZ, man. Road dog long in the mic. Gosh, please tell me it's on again. I'm getting paranoid about this microphone now. Somebody got liquidated. What? OP is dumping. And Grimmer says DIA. Okay. Up 1200%. All right, let's check out OP. OP's in that opening broadening pattern there, that broadening wedge, opening broadening wedge. What would it be? Oh, yeah. And she came down, retested this area over here, which means we call that a partial decline. That means that she didn't come all the way back down to the bottom of the pattern. She found an area of support, generally to the left over there, found that right at the $3 area. Came all the way to 267 technically. I'm on the 3-day chart. It's kind of a big one. Big ranges to look at. Bounced off of there, so now we're headed back to the top of the range, and so we're guesstimating right up here around 473-ish. It's basically just wherever those candles meet that trend line, and that's our target. Now we can take a measured move if we get a breakout, depending on where it is. And actually, if it actually does touch over there, we can actually take our measured move from there. Right now, I've got mine from just, I think, back over here. Or we might have done Bukowski's. I'm doing a little shorthand version of it. Yeah, and it still comes in about right there. 727, somewhere through there's kind of guesstimating where we possibly could go if we do break out to the upside, but then there's some still more targets, about 783 with the Fibonacci area. Take a different measure move. Don't want to get all caught up on all that. But right now it's still moving to the upside, and then we'll see what happens. Normally it will just come up there and do like this and then move back down. So we have that option too. You could see this as no. As a higher high and higher low, making its way to the upside. OP. So what were we talking about? A drop? Were we talking about this dropping? Maybe dropping now. I'm on a big ass chart. Here we go. You're talking about a smaller time frame, which is probably only a deal if you're like doing like leverage trading. If that's being a concern, that it's got to be because it's leverage instead of looking at the bigger pictures. Bigger picture look good so far. And actually, this actually looks good. She's just higher highs and higher lows starting to curve to the upside, in my personal opinion there. It's also in one of those opening broadening patterns, which is technically a bearish pattern. I mean, eventually they should break to the downside. It's just, you know, our market conditions are giving us a little extra bullishness, and we're not seeing that as much. But OP, if she breaks to the upside of that one too, it's going to be a big move. Might be the move that we see because it's doing that twice, right? Out of this one and then out of this one. That would be fun. I'm not against it. Let's see, zoom out. Look at the bigger picture there. That trend line has a lot of weight to it, a lot more weight. Originally, we had something like this. There's even a more faint one coming through there, which, you know, we're just gradually curving to the upside. It's a good sign. She's just trying to make a higher high, man, because she made a higher low, and that's just what she's got to do. And that looks like a good place to pull it off before getting rejected right there, 473. Go, OP. AGIX. So here's the deal with AGIX, from my perspective anyway. So why the emotional traders are the people that, well, that still haven't worked out what we've kind of worked out or talk about working out. Saying, AGIX, I need to get in now. Well, I'm getting out. I've been getting out. I'm layering out all the way up through here, man. Not all the way, but pulling my capital. Which I think I've already pulled all my most of my capital out. I think I'm just I'm probably realizing more capital. Look, we got this previous high over here, but 58 cents. We already nailed it, and we went just a wee bit bigger, a wee bit higher. There is what we did. How to get it in? Just a wee little bit. To get the last words, what we did. So we got our high in. Now we can make a higher low. We did the hard work. It doesn't mean we're going to keep going. I'm just saying, just throwing that out there. Just throwing that out there. A lot of people are, you know, looking for this to make some bigger gains, and I'm not so convinced. I think this one may peter out a little bit sooner. We've already met our measured move right there. We've already came across the 618 Fibonacci. Now, whether if we curl this candle above it, might have a chance to start going to 70 cents. Might make it. I was very pleased to see that she got up to around 60 cents and got the majority of the little limit orders that I had, sell orders I had filled. Cause Daddy be taking some profits. And if she comes back down to 38 cents, Daddy be buying some more. That's going to retest 36, 38, retest this area over here. Or it may just come down to 42. I'll have my eye there. Maybe, I don't know. In my personal opinion, the AI hype is because of what's going on in the real world AI. You'll find that most of these projects that are AI in crypto aren't really AI at all. They're just not. Some of them are related. Then you gotta say, well, what part does this token play in this AI thing? And it may be a lame ass excuse. They may have just created a reason to have a token. So you got to take it for what it's worth. It does not mean, oh, now it's starting to go to the moon. Soon we'll be a $5 AGIX. It doesn't quite always work out that way. It's very hype oriented. Now that I've got some horizontal lines, I want to play around. I'm identifying some other. Ooh, looky there! How beautiful is that? All the way from these toppy tops over to there. There's a channel. See how these things just kind of go into channels? It's like a chain link fence, man. I'm telling you, it's like a chain link fence. If you really break it down, you got little chain link. Look, chain link fences everywhere. I digress. She breaks up above that one. Look, where's that one go? Right up here and up to the 70 cent target area. I know, it's crazy. Could even do it again one more time. I wish that she would. I hope you do. I wish you would. AGIX, I wish you would go to 70 cents. I wish you would go to 90 cents. I dare you. I dare you. I don't think you got enough balls to do it. I don't think you got it in you. Prove me wrong. Let's see FET. Fetch AI, man. Well, I took some profit on this, then I had to nibble back in. Like when I saw, oh, you look like you about ready to do something big. So I had to get back in somewhere around 64 to 68 after, you know, taking some around there at 80. And look at her now. Still don't have the giant bag of this that I wanted, but you know, I deal with what I got. I got a measure move that's shooting up here to about, what is that, $1.18 area? And then one at 134, and then of course we got this trend line that I was conservatively drawing here. Gives us some confluence around this $1.48 area, but you want to go balls to the wall, strictly how by the rules, then it's got some big targets for FET. So I likes what I'm seeing here. This was just our measure move from a channel, and that's getting us up. Now we can identify, yeah, 134. But likes it. And that was a lesser measure. Gosh, I need to label that. Anyway, I expect 119 to also be at least give it a hiccup if nothing else. That's also coming in right over here with this top wick. Oh, are we looking for a... It could be. Since we got this top wick over here, we don't have much price history on this particular chart. Now, I don't know for sure, but I'm just kind of guesstimating. A lot of times there's previous price history that means that this could be a big double bottom. You know? If you can't see it, let me draw it for you. There's a big cheeky cheek here. There's this and a little G string just shoved right up in there with a flower on it. That's what I'm doing. And a little wedgie of toilet paper. And then the other cheek, and then it would come up here, and then we make this, I call it a waistline, because we are talking to, if it's a neckline, then these are not bottoms, these are boobies. If it's a belt line, then it's a bottom. But if it comes up here, that means that we got a measured move. Taking this into account, and that will be hell fine. I'm taking this up to $3 and something crazy. Okay, at 240. I exaggerated. Forgive me. Now we hit the reverse button and erase it all. I likes it. How you looking on the bigger time frames, baby? How you looking on the weekly? What you looking like on the weekly over here, FET? That's what really matters. Just cut to the chase, get to the where it's all going on. It looks good. Money flows in the green. All the indicators here on Market Cypher are pointing to the upside. We got this one. I would like to call that duck lips, but that actually touched it and did that. I'm never going to get to use that graphic, am I? I'm going to use it anyway. If I can find it. Look, duck lips. Yeah. So MACD is ready to rock and roll with this guy, telling me that these areas are coming into play. Let's go ahead and use this crazy trend line for something. Was it 190? I'm cool with it. DIA. I get sidetracked, but I will come back. Give me a chance. Just give me a chance. Nice. I'm on a weekly. Ooh, there we go. The daily is suggesting that, yeah, we may be flipping that for support there. Ichimoku Cloud says, I support that theory. She says it's because she's thin and green and she's way over here away from this price. Way away from it. We might be onto something there. The moving averages are just now starting to fork out and spread out. Just nice. It may wick below this again like it touched over here, hopefully. There's always a chance that it can come down to the 21. I don't want to talk about it. I'd rather see it not, really. I'd rather see it just bounce right here off the 9 and take off, because it's already wicked down to the support line. But this area here is a Fibonacci, and it's an area that indicates the end of the accumulation zone. So bouncing off of that area would be extremely awesome. And it looks like she's trying to. It may be a little bit more particular for something like this. Draw a trend line from candle tops, and that's actually where the wick was coming down to. And I bet if I just line that up a little better, it might, well, no, it did not. Well, looky there. Well, maybe this next one's going to do it then. Only to give it a reason to. I missed it the first time, we'll do it the next time. You trying to, or you trying to bounce? She's trying to bounce, baby. Look at this, 1 hour. Come down to the 1 hour for a little bit more noisy information, and they're saying, hey man, I think she's already bounced right off of it right here. Nailed it right there in the 200. Good sign right there. What I like about the moving averages here, we got our 200. Even though I just sporadically pick the 1 hour just to get a small time frame. The 200 is very relevant, and the 100's above it. Those are the two heavy hitters, and they're both up and to the right, and in the same order that they need to be for some uplifting action. So, cool. And she's working hard too, man. She's working hard to break up through there. She's trying to regain some ground. All right, DIA. So, from here, where, why, now? Let's go to our trend lines. If I turn my moving averages off, I forget to put them on, man. And they tell me so much. If I don't keep an indicator on, I will forget I have it. And then I won't be able to say the cool stuff. The moving averages. Dude, that is a solid. The 5 moving average strategy is so solid. So solid. All right, so getting a bounce, maybe. We can pull a fib, but you know why? Unless you want to do it for educational reasons. You go from like this swing low to that swing high and see where we got. Not really the greatest. Swing it from the actual move here. You got a 786 retracement. That's more what we're looking for. So let's make sure we get in the right places here to pull them. Down here's kind of in the middle of nowhere, really. You can come down here and see what you get. And you're bouncing off the 0.5, which falls into the strategy. But anyway, we're bouncing, going to the upside, and you got a channel. And she's got some rounding to that channel too. That's kind of cool. Let's see how this holds up weight for that. Nice. I likes it. So you're looking for the top of that. For a simple way just to get it. That's about 71, 72 cents. That would be the easiest way to have this target. Draw this line. Pull it up. Find confluence. Yeah, there is some touches there. And right over here to the left, you can see we already got a target right over there. That was a Fibonacci 2. Once she flips this area for support, it could be a very quick move up to here. Let's put it out that way, because there's just nothing here. So you can see a very nice move from where we are, about what, 52 cents to this 96, even 98 dollar area. It's 85 to 100% gains there. As she slowly starts to regain her territory, and these are the real targets that I would be more likely to try to shoot for. Like loading up here at 50 cent area, getting ready for a move to 96 and $1.52 there. So I think DIA's got some, it's got some potential there. She's been around before, she's been around the block, but this area right over here, this 96 cent, looks like it's going to be kind of tough for it. They got that fancy little indicator you can pull out, the VRBP. See what it says. It's got all the congestion down here. Figured it might have something over here in those areas. Nothing here, just that little node right there, $7, $4. Not that bad, really. The next one comes up about $1.91. So DIA, she's just been in accumulation, just now breaking out the accumulation. The party's just getting ready to get started. DIA. If you're holding this long term, it'll be worthwhile. If you're trying to do something short term with it, man, I don't know. You may make 25%, 50%, call it a day. But the long-term hold would be the play to play on that one if that's what you're doing. Because she can get up there, man. Where did she go? To $6? You're 50 cents now? Even just playing it to like $2.20 or something is a good come up. MexC. True Daredevil says menu. We'll look at that one. IMX is just on a tear, doing all the things that a tear should do. Flipping support resistance areas like crazy. I don't know how to read that one. You just blasted right through it and didn't leave anything. Not a hiccup at all. I was like, oh, screw that one. It doesn't even matter. And this one just corresponds to, I guess, that low right here. Wow. Wowza, what's the fib say? See that big double bottom? The double bottom area? The double booty? And come back, it flagged up and, or well, it didn't really flag out. Came up and came back and retested that area, that zone. Now, if you're looking at it to a price ticker, it's like, well, it didn't come all the way back to 158. Well, then you missed it because you've been too much of a stick in that mud. Comes back to it, this is all zones, man. This is like a big old fluffy, those lines are big old fluffy clouds. It's like a fog when don't get too particular about certain prices or certain exact lines or a zone. So I see a lot of people that draw them out with the zone, with the rectangles and stuff. You'll see this a lot, and you can. And usually taking it from wicks to using wicks to a candle body, something like that, to identify a range and area. But it come back, retested, and then it was off to the races, baby. Off to the races. Now all you can do is either look to the left, or you can go by your measure moves. It's already played out the measure move. You can do some trendy lines. We can do some trendy lines. We can do some trendy lines right now. You got this a top, and you got that top, and look, you broke to the upside of that top. What was this pattern? Well, if I got that one, we come to that one and nail it here. Broadening wedge, 60% chance that these break to the upside. If you want to take the measure move for this, you can, sure. Well, that top it down straight right down. Flipper up there. That's what's so cool about patterns. It just makes it so easy. Boom. Right there, 524. Do we got it? Nailed it. Should we go see what Thomas Bukowski says about this pattern for measure move? Probably a good idea. I think it's a pretty smart move to do. Let's do that. Then we'll come back and see if we got any confidence with our fibs. But for a simple trade setup, you got it right there. Boom. So opening broadening pattern with Mr. Bukowski. Chart patterns to the index. Because these are broadening formations right angled. Nope. Broadening formations right angled descending. Nope. Broadening wedge ascending, descending. How about a broadening bottom? Let me take a look at this chart one more time. Yes, we'll put that in the category of possibly a broadening bottom. Let's see if he but I'm not taking into account this over here though. If I do that, I could. Then you're more of a right angled. Oh God, we're in a conundrum. We're in a conundrum. That is actually what we were looking for the pattern that we were in earlier there. Just take a look at his measure move here real quick. So he's going from A to B. Put in at D. What's your measure? Your percentage meeting price target for upward upward breakouts is 65%. That's the number that we're looking for to plug in here. Put you back the way I had you, just for less confusion. Swing low to swing high. Move that little guy down here. He says 65%. We're using this little fib tool to kind of guesstimate that. About a 65% thinger. Put it up at the breakout. I know it sounds a little complicated. That's why we don't do it very much. But if you want to try to test out a few little things, it's kind of cool. So a Bukowski measure move says 471. So let's see. You got to test this stuff, baby. Don't just take it at face value. You got to make sure. Test it, even from Bukowski. Do's you play out or do's you not? Boom. Now watch this trend line. But you get some support there. Yeah, look at that. Anyway, we digress. We're going to see if we got any confluence here with some Fibonacci areas. This one, Thomas Bukowski's measure move actually has some confluence right here in the 618 Fibonacci area, so that's kind of cool. The more extended one was a little closer to the 786. I'm not seeing the greatest confluence. Like when the lines really match up, that's when I'm like, oh yeah, I'm feeling it now. Right now, I'm kind of saying, okay, we'll see what happens. I always like to throw in my hopium line just when I ever have the chance, just so I can say I'm going to do it. I swear I'm going to do it. I'm going to save this one. Save as told you. I like a red line for that little guy though. All right. So I've got hopes that maybe we'll reach 864 in the not too distant future, but we'll have to just kind of see about that. We did measure moves, but honestly, I'm going to mark this little guy right here, this little 618 area. I know there's a little bit of confluence, but I have a little bit more confidence that that's a pretty solid area to bet on. That, my friend, is coming in at about 448. So we got a bunch of little targets in that little bitty area, 448, 471, 528-ish. She's on a good move to the upside, which, Kale, keep going. So we're talking about menu, right? And look at total 3 for Selena. Sure can. Menu. CoinEx looks good. Got a link in the description below somewhere. I use CoinEx. You do have to have a VPN on, or else they won't let me. But it's a good exchange to use. You need several exchanges. You don't need to play this game, man. If you haven't been through a cycle before, let me tell you this. Your major exchanges, they go out because they can't handle the volume when a full-on bull market is happening. Everybody's trying to buy, sell, do something on everything, every coin imaginable. It overwhelms them. Coinbase is notoriously for being the first to always go out at the most inopportune moments for you, not so much for them, but for you, very inconvenient, like at the very moment that you need to sell. So be ready for that. You need other options. Centralized exchanges, decentralized exchanges have an exit plan, have some things. Some of these places you're going to go sell your coin and the exchange is not going to have it because they list and delist all the time. So you need multiple exchange accounts. I'm saying that. I do have some links. MexC, CoinEx, and BitUnix are the 3 main ones that I feel comfortable sharing here on the stream as good ones. Had to get that out. I don't know where that come from, but I had to get it out. All right, so menu is she's getting some rejection there, so probably a 618 to Phoebe. So baba, bitch baba. Sound effects are free tonight. Yeah, so rejection off the 618, getting ready to come down to the downside. There was a time in the market, in the bear market, whenever we pull this, I'm always shooting for this area. Oh, look for it to come down here. Look for it to come down here for the newer low. Thank gosh we don't have to do that anymore. So most likely you see retracement down about 3.1 cents. She comes back down here. May not make it that far. It may not, but that does correspond with some of these wicks area over here and some of this, all this noise. It could bounce off of 3.3 cents. So stacking some orders in these areas, if you're trying to add to your bags, might be beneficial. Might be a beneficial strategy. If it goes really south, you may come down here and try to double bottom against this trend line that we've kind of half-assed established right there. Yeah, it's fairly solid. Go from a wick to a candle body, because I want a body on there somewhere. Could have easily just went from a candle body to that candle body, and that could be telling us something too. And a matter of fact, that's actually worth looking at when you do it that way. I'm going to I need to make it different so I won't get it confused. Make it a different color. Let's go with red. And we'll just copy that and see if we got some confluence up here. Yeah, I got a little bit of confluence right there. So we're like in a double channel. That's yummy. We're right in the middle of the chain wire. Remember I said it was like a chain link fence. I think my microphone was on when I said that. It really is a lot like a chain link fence, and you can kind of see these things crisscross. Now you just got a real confusing looking chart. So this was a 618, and then you've also got the bottom of the trend line. It could come down just right under 3 cents, but what the full fractions of a penny between friends, you know what I'm saying? Not a big deal when you really look at the bigger picture of things and where this could go. So basically you're in an accumulation zone still here. And just to give you an idea what to expect, I mean, we're expecting like to 6 cents, to at least double here after it kind of works out through all this stuff. This is a daily chart. It's taking its dear time, looks like. So it looks like a slow play, but she needs to get a little bit of a pullback. She's a little bit tired, but I don't think it'll be that a strong one. She does have money flow in the green here. It may exit for a little bit, but should be easier to come back in. So a pullback from menu. It's what the bigger time frames are saying, and it's what these smaller time frames are doing. They're saying, we're going to go ahead, rip the Band-Aid off now. Sorry for your pain. It won't last too long, so there we go. Stricker says, I need to zoom out more. Zooming out will change the game for you. The bigger time frames, they win. Hands down. They tell the little ones what to do. The little ones to fight back against it and say, please let me go here, please. Can I? Thank you. I've seen one influence basically saying that like the 1 minute can influence everything else, and I think they got it totally backwards. I don't know why they keep saying that, and it's why sometimes things don't always work out their way. But it doesn't do any good because they don't remember it doesn't work out that way. They're always, we nailed it. Nailed it again every day. My show's the reason that it pumps. Hey, crazy some of the things you will hear. So true. Coinbase and Binance are infamous for being crap when the full-on bull is going. Amen. They are. Gotta plan out that exit strategy and plan out what you're going to do. A backup plan. You need exchange accounts. I'm just saying, multiple different exchanges. Sometimes multiples on those, depending on what you're doing on those accounts. Okay, I feel like I'm missing something here. We did DIA. A total 3. I'm supposed to look at total 3 for Slinda. Total 3. I don't have to type it in. I've got it right over here. She just keeps flirting with that trend line. She's basically giving it up. In my personal opinion. And I do think that's one of the reasons why I want to take profits on a lot of these moves I've seen out of altcoins. So the very first time that it broke out here, even though it broke back in, that was a good sign. And we're hoping when it does that, we get a big strong move to the upside. We didn't see that. We're not seeing that. So yeah, this is kind of a, now the second test, see, we already punched a hole in the wall here. So now we can leak out. So, are we going to change our tune about alt seasons? A lot of people calling for an alt season, and the signs are there, but we've been following this trend line right here. I've been waiting for it to maybe even still, it might be able to make another move up there, or it may just be getting rejected right here, right now. My line should be pretty solid, but it starts deviating over here. It starts breaking down and changing its trajectory a little bit, so maybe that's got... It might be able to finesse it a little bit, but I would do it like this if I was going to do that. And yeah, I just don't like that. I'll leave it with what we had. But now this is kind of our bigger line in the sand, right? And then we got this one that's on the way. It kind of just reflects a channel. So a drop out of altcoins and seeing a few billion come out, yeah, that's understandable. We probably need to look more at what's going on here with dominance and Tether dominance and Bitcoin dominance. That would really be... Let's see, the dominance, and I'm on the daily here too. It's starting to take a little bit of a peek up. Let me switch all these to 4 hour. Four-hour Bitcoin dominance, that's actually good. That's a retest and coming down on dominance there. That should be good for our altcoins. As long as Bitcoin can just kind of go sideways or continue even up, right?
Damn, feeling lucky. How about most streets? Us two in these streets. Diamonds on my feet. Caught up in these talks. Circling my head top. Should have been more.
So if Bitcoin dominance goes down and Bitcoin goes up, then it's alt season. That's what a lot of people are hoping for. And if Bitcoin dominance goes down and Bitcoin continues to go down, well, alts kind of just hang in limbo. And if Bitcoin dominance goes down and Bitcoin just stays stable, then alts go up. So it's more in our favor whenever Bitcoin dominance is working its way down, which is what it's doing. So we've got that. It's just that total 3 is just not feeling it yet. Looks like we've got 2 rejections right there, but higher highs. We're still making higher highs and higher lows, so we're not done for yet. Not yet. Although, whatever, I've got that trend line nailed on whatever it is here on this time frame. But I just don't think we're out of the woods with altcoins, though. I mean, we could be doing something like this, a head and shoulders, to come down and do something that we should. This should be a thing for rejection. It should, and I will not be surprised if we maybe for the rest of the month of December or February, if we start coming down a little bit in them. But I'm not seeing where they're going back into tether yet. Should actually see this tether start coming up if when they start selling out. You'll see this come down and this start to go up. So that's interesting to me. I'm not seeing that. I'm seeing the dollar come down though. But according to, I mean, just this trend line we got there, it says, yeah, we're in danger of flirting with coming down. It may. I would love for it to fake me out and just blast to the upside, but I'm not seeing it. Not seeing it. Not yet. 1 hour is common danger coming down. 4 hours. 4 hours still okay. But by my rules, yeah, we're probably going to lose it after this candle right here. Nothing drastic, just that, you know, you probably said, man, I should have sold some of that altcoin when I had a chance, because they're going to correct a little bit. Some of them will. You'll see some of them pop off like crazy. Popcorn season. Almost typed in a coin. We had another request over here, didn't we? Okay, look at, have you looked at Lock, Houdini Swap? No, I haven't. Gives me early pancake swap vibes from last cycle. Been accumulating. Let's take a look at it. Houdini swap. Poof token. What? Okay, poof. That's what they're calling it. That's a that's a name for a coin. It went poof. That would be scary. I wouldn't do that for pure association. So I guess they call it. I guess they got away from calling it poof. I would. $89 million market cap. 100 million maximum supply there. That's okay. All-time high for this guy was $1 5 days ago, so kind of buying at the toppy top. All-time low was 10 days ago, so we're like brand new then. I'm taking it. Let's go check out Houdini swap. What are you? Keep transactions private. I like that. Privately swap, send, or bridge with magical ease with no trace between sending or receiving wallets. It's safe, compliant, always the lowest cost. Interesting. And the token is used how? What's the token used for? Does it cost in this token to use it somehow? And we're on what? We're on Ethereum, right? That's what I would want to know about it. And block. They got it on MexC. Okay, let's see what we got over here. So February 24th. So it looks like a new one. So we're not going to have a whole lot of information, but she is making higher highs and higher lows, so we can't say anything bad about it. See, I've been forgetting about my moving averages because I haven't had them on. They might have had something to say about the other things. Here we got a trend line right here. Candle bodies to candle bodies. And then it come under and it's finding resistance now. So that's usually a sign that not a sign. You've actually lost this trend and you might be on another one. So that's why the channel idea is so important, because we had this channel. It gives us a little bit of an idea about what we might have for another channel, since we don't have much to go on. Do we have any confluence there? Well, we got the wick. We can put it there and see how that lines up, which works out pretty darn good. So taking our angles to the dangle and lining it up against that wick actually gives us the bigger channel that we're now identified that we're in. That's actually a good sign that this might be a bottom. Looking for some divergence here. I'm not seeing any. Divergence would tell me if we're getting ready to pop to the upside, and I'm not identifying that. Doesn't mean that we won't still pop to the upside, but much better if there is divergence there. Moving averages, I'm not convinced that they're all that bullish just yet, so we would hate to see it go lower than this channel. I hope this channel stays. Let's hope some volume comes in here. You got falling price and falling volume. That's actually a good sign. That means that all this pressure to come to the downside is weakening. Starting to see some wicks on the bottom here, push price up. We need to see a bounce here. It looks like it should get one. I was just looking for some bonus points that would tell me, yeah, it's getting ready to happen. I'm not seeing that though. So fingers crossed. Pump from here, good sign, and then it will start working its way up to the tops of these channels, which would be about $1.02 or even up to $1.27, $1.30. Right now, you got to see that happen, because if this breaks, well, you're not going to like it. You're not going to like it very much at all, I'm afraid. It might make you mad. I mean, you can see it come down to 73 cents if it breaks that. If. Only if. I'm not calling for it. But that's not all. I mean, technically, you could be coming right back down to where we were before, around 50 cents. So it's very important that line holds. So if it holds something where it's $1.02 to $1.26. So that's probably about the best I can give you there. I mean, we can always do some other stuff too, but it's just, you know, it's just asking for confidence at this point. This would be the reason why I would do it, to see if I got 2 or more things that say something. And there's a 236 fib here that might actually hold it. Gives it a reason to get out of this accumulation zone for this move. And the 102 comes at a 618. And our 126 comes at a 127. Backwards or forwards? I'm getting to the same points all the time. If you can see that, then maybe light bulbs are going off. Hopefully some light bulbs are going off if you're seeing that. If not, keep hanging out. Render me this, Batman. It appears that it broke out of the trend line, came back, retested the trend line at the $5.82 area. Actually wicked down below. Cause you suck, road dog. You can't even nail a price. What's wrong with you? I did not get 575. My apologies. I will try to do better. Nice rounding shape that's going on right here, though, which indicates, you know, those little 5 stages with a big old blow off top. Are we going to see a blow off top up here somewhere around $7? Could happen. I don't know. I'm really looking for the bigger targets myself, because hey, that's on petty small time frames. Why do you want to hang there when all the big money's hanging out on the bigger time frames? Just throwing that idea out there for you. Just, you know, throwing that idea out. Look, we got this pattern that we've seen a lot. Touch, almost a touch. Did count it as a touch. Yeah, that works. We broke out of it. What happens when we do that? Because this is a bearish pattern. It's that broadening wedge pattern, that bearish megaphone pattern, where we're saying, get your butt down from here now, right now, Bobby. Damn it, Bobby. And Bobby says, hell no, Daddy. I'm going to go play with Johnny Two Corns over $10 and $11. Johnny Blue Corn, wasn't it? So we're following this trend line and don't have to worry about that guy anymore for right now. It's just a distraction. I had a line here for something. What was that line? Well, after it, we went up. It was an experiment for something to mark a move, and I can't remember for the life of me what it was there for. Oh well. Such is life. Do you guys want to see something really cool? This is like a WD GAN type thing. Hard to do on TradingView because if you move things, things move. But he had a theory that you could square time and price. I don't know, it's just an idea to think about. You can halfway kind of do it here. If you take a circle tool, go from a swing high to a swing low. And then you can't move the chart because you'll screw it up. But if you come to the tangent or whatever of the things over here, it's supposed to be able to, if we nail the bottom, then we got a toppy top. Or we're coming from the radius though. I think I did that totally wrong there. You're supposed to do like, this is why it's so hard to do on this little guy. And then if you move that, you're squaring time and price is what I'm trying to do. I'm not trying to lose everybody here. That's why it's so tricky to do. I want the toppy tops there. And I want the bottom and bottom just here. Oh gosh darn it. Why are you making it so hard for me? Hey, never mind. I'm sorry. I can't shut up. I will go through this and find a way to present this without having to fight through it, and then it'll make more sense, but it's a cool concept. Basically, it is you're having a circle from a high to a low, making a circle. On the apexes of those usually depict a lot of times a trend change, and it was just a cool idea, and I've practiced with it, and it does something. It may not be the big move you're looking for, but something definitely does happen. So there's some correlation there between time and price with something going on. Just a really neat thought process to dive down. R&D, man, you're getting ready to head up to $10 after the breakout. You may pull back and retest this $6 area, but man, I think you might have already done it right to there. And getting, yeah, and made a higher high. I think you're on your way. Render. Why am I not doing some stuff with this? Oh gosh darn it. I'm just sitting here calling this stuff out and not even doing anything with it. Alright, so look. 24-minute on render, right? We got this little guy. Come down and retest that. Tells me that about 628 looks like a good little target to try to get in. 633 right now, so what does that matter? I mean, in the bigger picture of things, you have to, at some point, ask yourself that question. But she should, could. We also got a 50 moving average and a 100 moving average there. About 620, right? My personal opinion, I think sitting in right there would be a good place to get in. And I see a possibility of, what the hell is this? I'm looking at that $10 target. What's this? Get that. Get out of there. Get away. Now, before I go just badass crazy on this, I want to zoom out and make sure I got a legit. Yeah, because we're breaking to the. Yeah, hell yeah. Let's give me a shorter target though. Oh, that's a short one at 7. I'm gonna put a couple targets out here just from some measure moves. All right, now I'll come back down to my smaller time frame. What was it, 15 or something like that? This one, no. Two. This one I like. So it's a 941, right? It's a nice little tight stop loss, about 8%. Below this other previous candle, if it comes down below that, makes a lower low. This is invalid, so we're risking about 8%. 6.4 risk to reward ratio to gain about 52%. And that target's 941. Me likes it. Me thinks we got this over on BitUnix. Where I was explaining some things earlier. You're killing me. Smalls, you're killing me. That was a perfect setup. Dudes, are you on spot? Your own spot, but not futures. Okay, well. Have I got anything? I got some on spot. I'm going to put some over here on spot. Or you're not letting me have it. Oh, because I'm at 6,000. 61223. I want to put a little order there. It's got a small account, so why it's not enough for you? Minimum of 6. A minimum of 6 render. I can only afford 3. What's wrong with you, dude? Come now, come now. Don't be this way. Let's see, I've got an order for Joe that I don't need. And does that help? All right, well then I guess you better hit my order. Oh, you're killing me, Smalls. Come on. The things you gotta do when you got a small account. Or a small wiener. One does not necessarily related to the other, but... Alright, let's see if we can do this. 622.3? Come and get me, baby! Putting an order in. When she gets hit, then I can put my sell targets in. Yay! Let's play this little game! Should I throw that over to the group? Probably, because I haven't done that. I need to start doing this more. Over in, oh, and I meant to go over that during the little bit Unix thing. I put a video over there from Bit Unix in the lounge area over on their Telegram group, which is free for everybody. All the stuff over there is free. And a step-by-step tutorial guide on using Bit Unix and stuff like that, as well as some other cool stuff. Need to come over here to the chart room, not vanity wall. Oh, hey, look. Was that wasn't me. That was Strega. Was that you, Strega? Awesome. Cool. Sweet, sweet. Nice. There is actually a dude, I've been told this, I don't know, but I think on their trading group, like when they try to post rewards, he makes them like cut out the referral codes and stuff because he doesn't want anybody else taking that opportunity away from him. Isn't that crazy? Whatever. I'm looking for trade setups. Here we go. Hey, and shout out to Crispy Chicken. You see him on live stream every once in a while. He is my admin over on the trade in the trading group, I guess you want to call it, community or whatever. And he's posting some charts over there. Nice chart, Chris. All right, so let's go. I'm on a 15-minute chart, man. This could work for a little while, but you kind of have to catch this one. RNDR. 15-minute chart. Let me just type a few little things in here real quick. Looking for a bounce there, move higher. So around 8%. This is why I don't do it too often on the streams, because then we get this little lull where I'm sitting here having to type in stuff, but I really need to do it during the stream. This would be the best time because this is when I'm finding all this stuff a lot of times. All right. 52% gains possible. Target. Alright, so we threw that little guy out there, and you go over to the group and see, hey man, there's a setup, and then you pull it up and you get the big version of it and just kind of spells it out along with whatever I typed over there to explain it. And I think Joe from Trade Intuition has put a few charts over there. Chris has been putting charts over there. It's just a good little place where if you know how to chart, you can go over and share some of your ideas. The only thing I don't put up with is like spamming of brand new coins and all that shilling kind of stuff. And we don't have that problem in our group, probably because it's so tiny right now. Probably got about under 80 people anyway. And the hope is just to get a nice little synergy of people that just like to share and help each other out. That's all I'm looking for. I'm not looking for a paid group or anything like that. That's when things start going wrong. They just do. It's just designed to go wrong, trust me. But a free group like this, it can turn into something. There's a few of them out there, and hope they had one for the road dogs. Did we look at STX? We didn't look at STX. Oh, wait a minute. Haven's got a question over here. What we got? Haven says, I wish I could give you my soul so you could trade it for me, Road Dog, but I know, teach a man to fish. Yeah. Listen, man, learning this stuff will change your life. And it's not hard. It's not hard. Just hang out. Hang out. You'll pick up on it. I keep doing the same things over and over. Sometimes I switch it up. Sometimes it's true point. Sometimes it's just, I don't know. It's just what's working. Yeah, but you're just finding what works for you. What works for you, man. First strategy that ever worked for me was Bollinger Bands. That was one of the first ones, and you just flip on the Bollinger Bands with a bigger time frame because it'll lie to you on the smaller ones. It won't lie to you, it's just harder to read. Can't really, so I got this screen all messed up. Anyway, we will try to hear from Sol. You said about Solana, says, please take your time, this is a religion to me. Okay. What's Solana? What you doing, Solana? Let's look at you on Binance. See, we got our Bollinger Bands up here, and it's saying, hey man, I'm getting rejected off that top band. I'm going to start going to the middle band. So it starts heading to the middle band. You look at the middle band and see what it says there. If it starts flipping off of that, you know, we're going to come back to this top band and have some fun, go up. Normally though, if she'll move through that and start coming down to the bottom band, and it'll start turning down, and you kind of have to figure where the little bottomsies are at when it starts getting away from it, bouncing off like it did over here. But it's all a dance around this middle band here, bouncing from tops to bottoms, and it's just always cool. So you know if you start getting rejected up there, you're coming to the middle, at least to the middle. And then we see where we go from there. And the green line's not part of all that. It's just mine, I color them blue, and they got the middle line, which is really a 20 moving average. But Bollinger Bands was my first strategy. One of the first things I learned. And I likes them. But just something, whatever, simple that works. And you just add more. You've got a toolbox, and you're just adding tools to your toolbox. So whether it's a Fibonacci or just a simple trend line, that's the one that... This was a big game changer for me. This is probably one of the... It's a lesson that you learn. You have somebody sitting here telling you something every damn day, but it doesn't click until like a year later, was what this trend line was. This trend line is major important, and that's why I go over it so much, man. This is your sign to get out when you break that, usually, especially in a bear market, definitely. But when things are bullish, you can see it kind of ride up underneath there. It's still not great when you lose a trend line. It's a warning sign. In the bull market, is saying there might be a trend change coming. It just might be slower. So it's a sign that we may be making an M top with this, or it could be maybe we were traveling in this channel, and all of a sudden, well, now we got a different channel, but we're still going up. That's another thing we got to kind of feel out. And then that's when I start pulling out some other stuff to give me some indications on that. That's when you start seeing me pull out my Fibonacci. Like from swing low to swing high. And then I'm looking for these two fibs, the 236 and the 382. If we're getting a bounce off of those, well, I'm more bullish than I am bearish. If we lose this 382, then I'm looking more down here in these areas to come. But if we're bouncing off of these, well, then we got a possibility to start coming up to these areas. So it may make an M top in reverse. That's a reversal sign. They can do that after breaking that trend line. It can. So we need to see it make a higher high and keep it. So, but overall, we're still, just because we bounced off of this one and making higher highs and higher lows, we're still looking good, really, for Solana. We need to see this level here hold at 101 and slowly work our way up. And then I'll start looking for some divergence between this top and this top, wherever we confirm that it is. I'll start looking for some divergences, and I'm not seeing anything. That would be telling me that we're getting ready to shift trend. So I don't think this is necessarily a trend change at the moment. She broke out of a channel, even though she lost this trend line. I'm still watching that. She can either break up above it and go freaking crazy, or she can just slowly go in a channel up to the upside. Unless she changes her mind and wants to go down, but things are looking pretty good for Sol. Ken Bro says, I've turned $200 into $15,000 in 2 weeks with HRM honorarium. Small market cap, I guess. So new that is nowhere to be found. So congratulations. HRM up 300% today and 200% yesterday. HRM with Wrap BNB. It is very possible to make some big money with the very small market caps and taking those risks with new projects and things that are coming out. It's also very possible to not make those big gains too. So just some caution out there. So it looks like we go back as far as end of November, and she definitely pumped up. Congratulations, man. That's what it's about. It's trying to catch those moves. Looks like you did it. Definitely not the time to for anyone else to be buying in, for sure, but probably a good time to consider taking some profits though. The big spike up there, because it will not last. This pattern does have a chance for it to come all the way back down here to retest it, so that's just something to keep in mind. Own that. And I'm trying to get a price level here. It can technically come back to what is that, 3709. It's sitting at 0.0001312 right now. That would be a hellacious drop. But there's nothing here to support it, and so it can't have. That'd be a 68%. So she may be going up. I don't know what the daily chart. Oh, I'm on the daily. 4 hours. Yeah, straight up. So that's a great move. Good deal. I hope you're paying yourself. At least a little. But congratulations. Yeah, that was rocket. Good job. Haven says, I actually opened a trade on Solana Win. At the moment they airdropped Win. I'm going to leave it. Slim says, Aptos looking like it wants to make a move if Bitcoin plays nice. Aptos has been looking a little hotter. Oh, he's in at 9. Gotta zoom out. Got a lot of noise in that chart. Well, indicators are looking pretty decent. Above the non-moving average on the weekly, you can't ask for much more than that. That's pretty awesome. Other indicators have got a little crossing to do and stuff over time. It looks good. Moving averages, or the MACD on the weekly, went through a little minor correction, starting to go to the upside there. I agree. I think it's getting ready to move up. So about 1438 is the next big target that we got with the Fibonacci move there. Candle top here, candle top there. Kind of got a little flat zone. So I think these areas, $14.38 and $17, definitely on the table for Aptos, and even right up here at 20. Go back to 20, see what Daddy do. Yeah, Daddy found out he still got a little bit of Aptos left in that wallet. Me, I got all freaked out back in December 22. We started running up last year in 23, right? Yeah, right back here. She came down. I had built a bag. And she started doing her breakout thing, and then they're talking about token unlocks. And I was like, oh, mother of... And that freaked me out. So I sold a lot of my bag there, somewhere around $4, which was in profit, but then she went to 7 to 8 to 20. And I still had some that because I made a rule not to sell all, and luckily held up to most of it. And so I was able to sell some around 18 or 20, but I just one of those kick me moments when you sell, and then it just takes off without you. Horrible, horrible. So therefore my rule, never sell your whole bag. And I've still got a little handful of more than a handful, but not a whole lot of Aptos there. So when you go back to 20, I don't know, I might take a little more profit. But on this cycle, whether it's your first cycle or if you've been through the cycles before, I mean, if you've been through them before, you're already doing it, but if it's your first or whatever, yeah, you need to get some rules established. And I would listen to rules from people who have been around this game. You know, if you hear a rule that's repeated pretty often, that's probably a good one to go by. And the one of them that I'm preaching is moon bags are awesome, very effective. Don't try to rotate too much. Taking your profits and immediately wanting to get into something else, you need to take those profits back off and save it for another, like whatever's going on now, we'll put it in its own little category. Take your profits, save them for a rainy day for something else to happen. Don't try to play this same run. That's it's one of the rules I'm going to buy. You don't have to, but start making a list of rules, things that work for you, things not to do again. Even make notes, you know, about what's happening in certain points, because we're getting new narratives that are popping off. Taking notice about where that's happening in relation to where the happening is and on this cycle will help you next time to kind of map out what to do on that cycle. Because keep planning 4 years ahead from where we are now. But things look good on Aptos, like you're getting ready to go up, baby. I agree with you. Do it. Make it happen. This is when I can't read my writing. What are you? I cannot even tell. Here's one XYO. It's like the first moon bag that I had this whole bear cycle or this whole thing. I got this like man, I don't know, a year and a half ago. It just happened to give me a chance to moon bag it, so I did. So a little bitty moon bag of this little guy just sitting there, got no risk in it, just been sitting there riding up and down. I think more down than anything, but I had no risk in it. I took all my capital out, just letting it ride. And if it does something and goes back up to, what is it? 8 cents? I'm cool with it. So we're coming out of accumulation. It looks like a little horizontal flip area there. Now I believe I just like to check for accumulations. Yeah, that corresponds with the accumulation fib area right there. Fib actually nails it to the T for support right there. Fibs are awesome. It's like God's measuring tool. So I'm actually going to lower that down to reflect the fibs a little bit better. So we're getting out of accumulation here on XYO again, getting ready to head up to the upside. Come back up to this area about 19 cents. This area about 31 cents. Just looking to the left, seeing where the congestion is, and those are the good areas. It's going to have a hiccup there too. Now if we pull a Fibonacci, it'll probably show us that in hindsight as being true as well. Look, 382 comes right in through there. This 236 area comes in right here on that one. It's amazing. Those are great areas to mark, as well as this one up here at the 618. And it can be that simple to get targets. Just pulling a trusty Fibonacci and then sit back when people say, how did you know it's going to go there? It went right there. I don't know. You can say, I'm a genius, or is it a Fibonacci? Just a Fibonacci? I don't know if you're going to call it a self-fulfilling prophecy, or it's just how shit works in the universe. I don't know. It seems to be how stuff works in the universe. The more I look at it. So 21 cents, 33 cents, 52 cents. 52 looks like a juicy one if you can hold on that long for XYO. Even if you even care. I don't know. I don't even know what this project does anymore. I haven't really looked at it. That's 641% going up there. I don't know. I got a little small moon bag of it. Actually, I think I got two little small moon bags. One's stuck on Coinbase I haven't looked at in forever. So, I don't know. Moon bags are cool. Stricker says I rotation too much. I that was one of my big weaknesses too. And now that I've stopped doing that, it's making a huge difference. I'm noticing much. I have more capital. I have more dry powder. Ken Bros, anyone keeping an eye on Paw Chain? I know I got some over on one of my exchanges that is Paw Swap, right? But I haven't been keeping up with it. I got targets set for it and they haven't ever been hit yet. So I'm not taking that it's been doing all that fantastic since the trade's still open. Let's take a look at it. Paw Swap. Oh, she's flagging out though. Okay, so she had to run up and then she had to chill out. Okay, she's gonna pull back, that's all. Look, we got a nice scallop pattern here. It came and flagged out. Nice rounded shape, and now we're just going to start making a series of higher highs and higher lows. Let's do a few little tweaks here. Candle body top all the way down. Look how that lines up. Perfect. So the candle bodies, the opens and the closes, those are very important too. That's why you see me use them, and actually I prefer to use them than the wicks, especially when drawing trend lines. And it may be weird, but you know, if I do it on the candles that I've got, the Heikinashi like this, and then you flip them to the regular ones, it may look different. But the Heikinashi takes a lot of the noise and everything out of this, so I can see patterns a lot clearer and easier. And I don't have these Christmas tree candles telling me it's going up, it's going down, it's going up. I don't know, it's going up, it's going down. But there is some subtle differences, but you get used to it and don't even, it's cool. So, I expect to bounce off of here, and if you don't, I'll be very disappointed in you. Here's the deal. If we can't bounce off of this, then we might be looking at another butt cheek forming right over here. It may be a big butt cheek, maybe a little butt cheek, I don't know. But this level here needs to hold for Paw Swap, or it's going to go back into accumulation, and that's not fun, not fun. If it bounces here, it's going to be a lot of fun. We want that kind of fun. She bumped up already, got rejected here at the 618 fib, which is normal. We look for that. And now she's coming back to retest the accumulation zone. Standard procedure. Now she just needs to go up to the 786 right up here. Let's see you do that. And then let's see. That's 151%. And just getting back up to the other place, the 618. So if it comes up there and can't get past it, sucks if it doesn't. But even just going back up there is doubling your money and letting you moonbag it. Like I was talking with my XYO position, pull out your capital, and now you got a risk-free trade for the rest of however long. You ain't got no money in it. You got capital to go do this again. Well, if you turn around and make another moon bag out of that same thing, just keep adding to that moon bag, maybe. Well, it's an amazing little tool to grow a bag with little risk. Reusing and recycling that capital, and it just takes patience. Boom. Boom. Sound effects are free. A charge. Now we want to look at the big picture. We can go to that top wick and see what it says. We got any more signs of confluence? Not as much, but still worth paying attention to. It's suggesting going up to 595. Just what it suggests. I'm not going to argue with it. I mean, after all, it got up to there. I think it knows a thing or two about where it can go. Better than I do. Let's see. What is that? That's a lot of zeros. And the 95052. My brain can't even translate that. That's 355% gains though. If it ever does that, that's the hopium. We're on the weekly chart here, by the way. I failed to mention that was the weekly chart. This is the big picture. The smaller time frame is saying, baby, I'm going to get ready to take you on a roller coaster ride. You ain't ever going to forget. I want to scare the bejesuses out of you. She's trying to take you down, man. Trying to take you down. It's the 4 hour. Jeez. All right, the weekly says, man, we could get a bounce right here. The smaller time frames are trying to shake you out. You might even be able to see this as like a Wycliffe accumulation where there might be a spring, and it may be working on that spring. That spring just, in layman's term, is just going for that lower low bear trap. So in pattern trading terms, oh crap, what did I do? Pattern trading terms, you're just in a sideways channel, and then you're looking for that bear trap to go in hard. That's the Cliff Notes version, which is all you need. And something on, you know, and it may be doing that little spring now, and then it goes through a series of things and then ends up breaking to the upside. So I would look for that. But just know that if she doesn't come back up pretty quick, she might be doing something like that, and that's not going to be fun. That's not fun. A lot of people would probably read this as a descending triangle, which, you know, they can break to the downside and they make falling wedges, which, like I said, not fun. Great places to buy the bottom of the trend line, but not fun to write down. Pulse swap. Is it really 1 o'clock in the morning? Well, I've been going for 2 hours. Oh yeah, because I went 30 minutes without speaking. HRM will be a top point on Paul Chain. It might. Really interesting chips. Get low now because they plan on rocket taking off and not going down. If they get the hype behind it, that's all they need. They just need a bunch of hype. Money flows where the attention goes is how this game is played. All right, guys, going to call it a night. Been on here for 2 hours, and I got to go cut out the first 40 minutes of the of this video. Appreciate you for hanging out. Apologize for the microphone boomer mistake, because I do that from time to time. Thanks for being patient with me, though. Did it twice tonight on both streams. Isn't that amazing? Be back again tomorrow night. Watch the market. Should be interesting tomorrow. LPMOC's coming out. That means they're going to talk about the minutes. They're going to read the minutes about what they decided back in January, and for some reason, sometimes it freaks out the market. I don't know why. Market makers love announcement days because they remember the heartbeat pattern that we saw on Bitcoin today. This thing, yeah, there might be another one. You know, they like to do that, or maybe they got it out of their system. Also, when this forms, sometimes you get something called a diamond reversal pattern. So if they do a big enough one, it could be making a diamond top signal. So just want to throw that out there. That's not nice if they do that, because if we start seeing that kind of thing at a area up here where we got resistance anyway, yeah, 48 might come quicker than you think. Just saying. I'm looking for 48 to try to make its head down anyway. I want cheaper Bitcoin. But guys, God bless you. Keep God first in your life, because God loves you and he'll look out for you. That's just true. And I will see you tomorrow night. Good night, everybody.
Come on, come here, boy. Come on.
Hey, we need help on your rules. Go to the Telegram group in the student chart area. Start posting whatever questions, concerns you got there. Then see what we can do to put you on the right path, man. Point you in the right directions.
was but your life. Basic bullets, with no bullets. Does your wifey know you're begging for my notice? Promise you're the same, running for the meds. Sure you like my vibe, that's my candy on my wrist. Bad habits, little rabbit. Now sit down, you can have it. I see it when you walk my way. Nice big head, come and play with me. Freak it dog, freak it dog. Got a whole lot of love for my dog.
Appreciate it. So, I've been doing this thing called crypto trading. It's like buying and selling digital money like a garage sale, but without the rusty bicycles. You're a tough crowd tonight. But I really like crypto. They got some crazy terms. I love the terms they use, but this one, HODL, H-O-D-L, that one just sounds crazy. It sounds like somebody misspelled the word hoe. And they always say, just HODL, man. It's like they're giving financial advice with a speech impediment. And those charts, oh man, the charts. Man, I look at those charts and I feel like I'm reading a seismograph in an earthquake. Oh, look, it's going up. Nope, it's coming up. It's going down. Maybe it's just doing the cha-cha. But you ever notice how crypto traders, they're always talking about it going to the moon? It's like the universe's most ambitious field trip. Next stop, Mars. Just kidding. I can't afford a spaceship ticket right now.